Okay, now we're getting to the meat of things. Decoding instruction. I drew this little dilly bop, see? Then I drew these other little dilly bops on the bottom. All right, decoding instruction. There are definite levels, steps to teaching students how to properly decode, teaching them how to read. And the first lies in foundations of decoding, where students learn concepts about print and phonemic awareness. The next level is explicit decoding instruction, where phonics skills and sight words are taught. And then the ultimate aim on the third level there is automatic decoding. We will be looking into each and every one of these areas. Concepts about print, also known as CAP, phonemic awareness, phonics, sight words, and automatic decoding. Okay? So we'll start with concepts about print. And that usually takes place from K through first grade. All right? And there are 6 key identifying things that students should be able to do if they have concept about print. First of all, they need to understand that a book is a tool and not a toy. Okay? They demonstrate that by being able to tell you parts of the book, front cover, back cover. They understand that print carries meaning. They're able to track print, meaning from left to right. They understand that words are in sentence, letters are within words, and they can identify an upper and lowercase letter. Not that they can say it's an A, a B, or a C, but just that they can say that that's an uppercase level and that's a lowercase level. Okay? Because during this process, part of the process, no print should be introduced to them at this point. Okay? So, in the concepts about print area, you need to assess book concepts by asking them things like, where's the cover? Where's the title, the author's name, the table of contents? You also need to assess sentence concepts. Is the picture or the print red? That tells that they know that words carry the meaning. Where does the reading start? Which direction is text read? And word concepts. Where do words begin and end? Where is the capital letter? Okay? So as you can see, the questions for assessment go from general questions to specific questions. And we do have that handy, a set of handy assessment tools that we received during our RICA course to be utilized for these assessments. So if you haven't printed those out and made copies, I suggest you print them out and make copies for your students. You're going to need them. Okay? So, key element for preparing for the test is not only knowing what things are, but how to teach them. Critical. Okay? So, for teaching concepts about print, big book strategies are the way to go. Okay? A big, giant book with lots really big words so that you can read them in front of the class with them. Okay? So you can do big book readings. You can do them one-on-one. They're commonly used in small groups. So while you're reading this big book to the class, for them to see the print, you are using a pointer or allowing the child to help you find book parts, starting points, upper lowercase letters, print, not letter ID, print, like point to the capital letter, point to the lowercase letter. Tracking print. So if you're reading Once Upon a Time, then them tracking print would be them going from left to right. Okay? From them understanding that each word needs to be represented in a sentence. In time, each student can take turns in doing that if you decide to go small group. But for the purpose of the RICA, focus on individual instruction. Okay. You can also use morning messages, which involve interactive writing with students. You write sentences on the board, read it to them with a pointer to demonstrate tracking skills, or have students take turns doing so. You can also do shared writings where students can input about a sentence on what will happen at school today. The teacher can name capitals, letters, punctuation, that manner. That's the only way that print's really being utilized at this stage of reading instruction. Okay. Pictures, big book, the and message, or shared writing. All right. You can also use the language experience approach, which uses a child's language to describe their own experiences in sentence while the teacher writes it out. I like that. It's very undaunting for the child because they're not stressed out by trying to do what they can't do really yet, writing, reading. Okay, so it's a really great thing to do with children in general is have them narrate something to you and you write it out, and then that way you can show them the important elements of print that they need to be learning. Okay. Also, letter name activities are useful. You can have an alphabet line with a pointer. You can do choral readings. You can do letters with pictures. A is for ape. Make an ape noise for the whole body instruction experience. Group letters by shape. We're not expecting them to ID the letters at this point. We're just exposing them to them. You can also use multi-sensory techniques. These are lots of fun because you can write the letters in the air. You can write them in the sand or on paper or with Play-Doh. It's lots of fun. Okay? All right. So that's concepts about print. Got it? Concepts about print.